okay, let's make it. Play it over the speaker.
So I have a record coming out next Friday. When do you be dropping these? When do you be airing?
Honestly,
Week, 2 weeks, few days, what you do?
Honestly, it's not like on a strict schedule yet. But as of today, it's gonna get on because this gonna be the third one in the shoot. I got the one already shot with Jasmine, that's episode 1. Then I got one I gotta double check that Janice interviewed me on here. The camera was fucking up, so I gotta see it. But pretty much after I get this one done today,
I would like to do it like, hey, go check out my new record, Jackpot is out now.
Oh yeah.
If it's gonna be, I'll take this. I'm probably gonna post it around the 7th or the following week.
That's a bet.
So I'm gonna speak like it's already out.
That's a bet.
Go get my new record, Jackpot.
Cause I do all the editing myself. That's really what takes some time too. To find the time to edit and make $1 million right now. So just how exactly and what deal you did to make your $1 million. I can tell you niggas how I came up. Similar to coming out the grave, huh? Can't be acting like a bitch trying to get saved, bro. Get that dirt off your shoulders, step your game up. Can't be chasing pussy, switch your ways up. Can't be fucking off your loot, you gotta save up. So you gon' probably fail trying to play us. Streets ain't for everybody, get your grades up. Ain't about your money, you just looking for a stage, huh? Know that stunt, put a bullet in your brain, huh?
Dancing on the mountain, the way you're walking out, they kind of wiggle, kind of jiggle, acting jealous. You look flawless with no effort. Press pause on your curve, you apply pressure. I love some season. You're looking good for no reason. Nothing worth don't breathe. You got a body, I believe it. Some season. My heart racing crazy. You gotta go along for deep end. You got a body, I believe it. I love sundress season. I love sundress season. I wanna be sewn into your fabric. I'm enthusiastic. Don't make a big hotel. You will everywhere. You look flawless with no effort. Press pause on your curve, you apply pressure. I love some reason. No reason. I'm still having trouble breathing. You got a body, I believe it. Some season. My heart racing crazy. You gotta go.
Your boy, I got active.
digging the aesthetics.
Yeah, on Gigster.
Yeah.
Boy got active.
That's you right there?
Went all out. They didn't even put on the fucking mask.
I thought you had a whole different person in there with the. Like I knew it was a mask, but I thought you had somebody else in there.
Yeah, I did everything I could, man. But y'all be doing the blues shit. Just trying to, just change it up, just do it different. I do R&B, of course, but I learned from a visibility standpoint, being unique and just a little bit different than everything normal.
Yeah, they just once you stand out, once you got something for them to listen to, they gonna be like, okay, bet that's something they can latch on to.
But being different and unique is more valuable than being good.
What made you get into doing blues music? Because
So
you're the first person I've met. Young, I don't think I've even met any older people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That is doing blues modern time.
So I did a study, a deep dive on which genre was the easiest to kind of sort of penetrate and get fandom.
True.
And we did a deep dive on a program called Illuminate, where you can see the sales data streams of any artist, any song of all time. Okay. And so I just did an analysis of all the genres. And hip hop, super oversaturated. It's super competitive.
Let me cut this damn AC out.
There's a million people doing it. But I realized But I realized in blues, you know, people are still buying CDs.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
fandom is just a little bit.
So the
it's a
fans
little
is
bit
more
easier.
the fans more tuned in, they're more locked in, and they probably more, I guess, interactive per se.
in that genre, yeah, and
That-
gospel too, blues and gospel,
True.
because you know, like you can do like 1,000 sales and you'll be like on the Billboard
Yeah.
charts.
And the thing is with that too, with that genre, you don't got to worry about performing and somebody shooting up the damn concert.
Nah,
You know what I'm
it's not
saying?
that kind
Like
of
you don't
vibe,
got to worry
yeah.
about somebody like, hey,
Yeah.
I don't like that blue shirt. You got to slide on them, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, depending, unless you go in them sundown, was it
Right,
the
right.
sundown towns? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, but hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Kickback. It's coffee time, and I got your boy Davis Chris in here. I got a special guest. He's got a lot to talk about. He makes real good, interesting music. He's got a personality. He's a veteran. You know what I'm saying?
Who ya?
He was in the Navy. You know,
It
hey,
is, you know what I mean?
shout out to all my veterans. Shout out to all the Ford Observers out there, all the 13 Foxes. I know we used to talk a lot of crap about the Navy, you know what I'm saying? Go Army, beat Navy, you know, it's big West Point in here, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, you know, I just want you to go ahead and chop it up with them. Tell them what you do, what you're about.
Man, what's going on? It's your boy Davis Chris, man. I am an artist, producer, engineer, songwriter, and music executive. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this for about 10 years. I really love music, and just to take it back even further, I first fell in love with the entertainment at the age of 4.
Okay.
I saw the movie Aladdin. My parents took me to see Aladdin. I just remember just being mesmerized. They was doing that thing, and it was just, you know, it was just dope. I was 4 years old, right?
Yeah.
But the thing that I took from it, I came home and I set up pillows and blankets to make mountains and rivers on my parents' furniture, and I reenacted the entire movie.
True.
I set up the camera and did all that. I was
Yeah.
Aladdin. I was Jafar.
So you was doing the TikTok first.
Yeah.
Before TikTok was TikTok.
Yeah.
Before y'all was out there doing it, he was doing it. You know what I'm saying? We gotta let that be known before
Yeah.
Soulja Boy come out and say, you know,
He did it first.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just knew from a real young age that I really wanted to be in entertainment. So it's like that's the first love, the first thing that really like captured my attention, and I really was interested in at 4 years old. And I'm blessed to have found it. I get
Yeah.
people be trying to search and find what
Yeah.
they want to do, but I've always known I was gonna be an entertainer.
Yeah.
I've always known.
Facts. Facts.
Always.
So what's your background in the military? What you do when you was in, and what
Man,
was your
so
experience with that? Being
I was in
black
the-
male and all that.
Amen. So I enlisted in the military in 2011. I was in the United States Navy. I served until 2015. I was stationed in Norfolk, Virginia,
Oh, okay,
where
okay.
it was cold as
What that
hell.
was 757?
Yeah, 757,
Yeah, I grew up
yeah.
in Virginia. I was
Oh,
up
okay.
in Loudoun County, Chantilly, Fairfax. So we was 703.
Oh, okay.
But you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the DMV. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them
Represent
weirdos in
DMV.
Maryland scene too.
Right.
You. However, you know, they be talking crazy down there.
Right, oh, you. What you about to do? What you about to do?
Dude.
Yeah. But I was stationed there in Norfolk for 2 years. I lived on a boat for a year and a half in a coffin rack.
Oh,
right?
shit.
And for those of you thinking coffin rack, it's the size of a coffin and it's a rack and that's it. And then it's usually one right above it, so you can't even sit up.
Okay.
You literally have to be in the thing like this. You can't sleep on your side.
Wait.
You can't sleep on your side. Coffin rack, you can't sleep on your side.
So you just
have to
ran
be
like a
on your
vampire.
back. Yeah, you're on your back. Coffin rack, like a coffin. Yeah, coffin rack. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, especially if you're on the bottom or the middle. If you're on the top, you can turn over, but if you're in the middle or the bottom, you can't sleep on your side. Yeah.
That's wild. It's really just not that. It's not enough room type.
Not enough room. Coffin rack. That's
Damn.
literally why they call it a coffin rack. You can,
Hey.
Google, you can Google it right now. It's called a
And
coffin
I thought
rack.
we had it bad in the Bradley. I
Yeah.
was a Ford Observer. I was attached to infantry companies, tank companies. We were around armored vehicles, and we didn't have the coffin rack, but we
Right.
was. It's a vehicle. It's an infantry fighting vehicle that could support like what 8 troops maybe, like that's
Right.
comfortably.
Right.
It's probably 10 of us in that motherfucker.
Right.
Plus the full kit, so we
Right.
squished, or you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's different right there. That's another thing about the Navy too, y'all. Anybody think about joining the Navy? He said he was on a boat for a year.
Year and a half. Year and a half. No big deal. I mean, who's counting, right? Year and a half.
Just a freedom yacht, you know.
But you know, it definitely built character. You know, it definitely made me who I am today. But I would say from that experience, I just it really gave me a sense of gratitude.
God,
Like I'm just really thankful for where my life is taking me, where God is taking me now. But I definitely came from like humble beginnings for sure.
You ever did any submarine stuff?
No submarine. We ain't in no submarine.
Okay.
But there was a significant moment that happened in the Navy as it pertains to my career.
Yeah.
I in boot camp, at the end of boot camp, you have to write a song about your experience. It is
Really?
called. There's a
Is it like
ceremony.
on some is it kind of like a Navy song?
No, it's just your
Like-
experience in boot camp. Well, it could be
No, but
whatever.
I mean like I guess the best way I can put it.
Is it about the
Is
Navy
it
or
like
is it a
a,
regular
nah,
song?
is it like a sea shanty?
No,
You know what
no,
I'm
it's
saying? Or
a.
is it like you making a real song, or is it like to the tune of some kind of Navy culture?
No, real song. I made a real song.
Okay.
But it was about boot camp. To be
Okay,
fair,
okay.
that was a premise. Got to be about boot camp. But it's at a ceremony called Captain's Cup, which is like the end final thing of boot camp, and it's literally 1,000 people from all over the world in
Yeah.
boot camp.
Damn.
And I did this song. It was about just my experience. Morning reveille, get out your rack, get your boots on, 10 seconds flat. Like it's just about my experience, right?
I cut that right there. I ain't gonna
You know what I'm
cap.
saying?
Yeah.
But the dope thing that happened, I did it. We performed it. We're 80 deep. So my company is 80 deep, right? It's 80 of us. We beatboxing and scatting, platoon, the whole thing.
Yeah.
We performed it, and the crowd was like, "Do it again." Then we did it again. They're like, "Do it again."
Yeah.
We did it again. We did it 4 times. Then the CO, the commanding officer, the entire base gave us what's called a Bravo Zulu. That's like the highest honor. Like you did your thing. And then
Okay.
after that, when I went to A school, which is after boot camp, we went on tour. So we went to different places, different things, doing this same song, and that let me know. I was like, okay, if something I wrote on
Yeah.
a napkin at Chow one day captivated an audience of 1,000 people,
And the
and they told me to do it
military
again, then they videotaped us that 4th time too.
Damn.
But then we went on tour. I was like, and that's my first lesson in supply and demand.
Okay.
So you have to make your art.
Interesting.
You have to make your art that dope, whatever, where people want it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I get it. As an artist, you want to share your viewpoint and say what you want to say, but if you're not making some people don't want,
Yeah.
it's kind of like, what are you doing? You know what I'm
That's true.
saying?
That's true.
Just from a humility standpoint.
That's crucial though.
Yeah.
That's crucial though for all artists. You gotta get to that point where you listen to your music, and I was telling you this in the car earlier. I had to get to a point where I was like, do I listen to my music?
Keep it real with yourself.
Yeah, because like I be listening to people's music. I know for a fact you had niggas come up to you, hey bro, check out my song, check out my mixtape, and you hear it, and you like, bro,
Mid.
why did you even show me that?
Right, be mid. No
So,
offense, but be
you
mid.
gotta. This is what really made me lock in and improve my music and my audio engineering and just catching that vibe in the song was, all right, I was in Texas, right, and always freestyling with the homies, we in the army and shit in the car or whatever, in high school freestyling. Eventually somebody said, hey bro, you start recording. It wasn't until years later I actually started recording. Bet, now I'm linking with some civilian homies. They rappers, they from Chicago, yada yada yada. They fucking with me when we cypher and we freestyling, but I'm noticing like, man, the homies is not playing my music. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? So boom, I'm trying to make more music I'm trying to make some music to appeal to the homies. Oh, y'all not, this is what y'all, let me try to make something like that. And I'm listening, I'm like, one day I had to think about it, I'm like, bro, like, when I want to hear a song, I don't even go put my shit on. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm not playing my shit, nobody playing my
Right.
shit. So then one day I just really had to tap in. And long story short, when I got out the army the second time, I popped hot. I locked myself in the crib for like 2 weeks, bro, just not coming out. Didn't even want to see the daylight. You know what I'm saying? I'm just at the computer. I'm learning whatever I can, audio engineering, frequencies, mixing. I'm trying to do whatever I can
Dope.
just to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta lock this in. And then one day I got it. One day something just happened where it went from my rap sounds like a freestyle, I'm in a cypher, I just record it, to it sound like bro went to a studio, or at least it sounded like, okay, he has song structure. And that's when I started, okay, bet, this is how I gotta do it. So I just say to all the artists out there, all the young artists, aspiring artists, like, if you not listening to your shit, bro, it's not there. You got to be your biggest critic. And one thing I also noticed is, if you an older artist, if you got kids that's teenagers, if they not listen, that's the cheat code. The kids, the younger generation, always listen to the new shit.
Right.
Whatever we was listening to when we was in high school, the old head was probably like, man, that shit ain't it right there. We used to skip, a hippity. It's different shit. So every generation, like, really, I met this one dude. He got mad teenagers. He playing me his music, and I'm thinking to myself, like, bro, this shit is good for 08. You see what I'm saying? You got fresh ears that can, if they not hitting the little Uzi hips and the thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. So it's just about keeping it real. It's a genre for everything. It's a vibe for everything. I think prime example is that nigga, I don't know his name, but he got that song called Tongue Thing.
Something I ain't heard that yet.
Older dude, he gotta be early 50s, black. I want to say from Florida. He be wearing tight pants, tight shirts. Like when you
He
see,
going viral.
if you see, no, he viral. And I'm about to shoot you a link later. You see what I'm saying? And it's one of them songs where it's like, and then his dance style too. You can tell that like one he's serious, but it's so corny and funny that it's comedic.
Yeah,
You see what I'm
it's
saying?
unique.
But it's unique, but it catches the eye. So even though it might not be, maybe in his mind when he made it, he thought he was Dirk with that bitch.
Right.
He might not be Dirk with that bitch, but at least he's doing something. He's going out. So I just be saying, keep it real, man. If you're not listening to it, if your people's not listening to it, there's a reason. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, big time.
Sometimes it's hate. Sometimes they don't want to listen to it because they hating. Sometimes they not listening to it because it's fucking trash. You know what
But
I'm
yeah,
saying?
like audience feedback will give you the data that you need.
Exactly.
And then there's something about being brave to subject yourself to
Facts.
ridicule and criticism.
Getting that rejection.
If you got the thick enough skin, you got the heart, and you got the mind
Yeah.
here, then you know you'll improve. And I can say that that's been like that for sure. I remember
Facts.
putting up stuff and like it get 2 likes, and one of them was mine.
So when you made that song in Basic and you're in your training, what was going through your head when you made it? Was you on some, hey, this shit about to be fire? Or was you like, bro, I'm about to just make a little song for you?
No. I was excited to finally get the chance to do something. Excuse me. I was excited to finally get the chance to do something creative. I was like, I'm about to knock this out the park.
Yeah.
And then I'm big on, I think, psychology within art is
Yeah.
one thing that people don't talk about. Remember the movie White Chicks?
Yeah, with the Wayans
They
brothers.
knew that seeing Terry Crews, big swole black ass, sing Making My Way, they knew we were gonna laugh. They knew that. So I've learned as a creative, there's certain things I can say and certain things I can do that that
Facts.
potentially can elicit a certain response from you. I know better.
Facts.
I know better. Dance songs where it's talking about girls shake that ass twerk, they
Yeah.
know that girls are gonna, if the song is straight, they're
Yeah.
gonna dance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Clap your
true.
hands through the time if you want.
Yeah.
Clap your hands, they know.
Now everybody want to hit the little claps and they raps and shit.
They
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
Yeah, that's for a reason though. They know that you can elicit
Yeah.
crowd behavior.
It's like
with stuff.
it's like how if you look at advertisement, McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, their color scheme is red and yellow because as humans, when we see that red and yellow, it triggers us wanting to eat and go get food.
And it's
You know what
the
I'm saying?
urgency. The red is like stop, and then I also
Yeah.
learned color psychology too. Blue is confidence.
Okay.
Green is associated with wealth and health. Orange is industrial. AutoZone, Home Depot.
Nice.
Light pink, baby pink is associated with femininity, feminine products.
Okay.
Like I learned that, and white is like pure, serene, angel. Like I learned that there's like a psychology with colors.
Interesting. So what was your job in the Navy?
So in the Navy, I was a aviation bosun's mate. So I worked on a flight deck, and I was in charge of. Not in charge, but
So you was one of them niggas on the boats with the lights going, take off.
Well, I was one. So when the planes land, they catch a little cable.
Yeah,
I had to
yeah,
maintain
yeah.
those cables.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
where I'm dragging these heavy cables up and down the thing, and carrying big cans of Mobil 28. It's like the what we grease cables with.
Okay.
And what's called a sheave damper, where I got to report like everything's good, we can rock, like let's go,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. And then I was what's called an AS, so I drove forklifts.
Okay.
Worked on aviation equipment in the hangar bay.
See, that's one thing I miss about the military is just like efficiency.
Right.
And I know for a fact in the Navy, same thing across all branches, you had a lot of downtime. There's a lot of shit. We're like, bro, this is dumb. Who came up with this idea? This is fucking stupid. But when it's time to rock and shit work how it's supposed to, like an oil machine, that shit, and the camaraderie.
Because it'd be life and death.
Yeah, that's
On a flight deck, like we literally legit saw videos of when old boy was standing where he wasn't supposed to be, body got cut in half. Yeah. Yeah, we've seen somebody get their head cut off with a butter knife. Took 45 minutes. Yeah. They prepared us when we went on deployment.
what happened with the button knife?
So we
was
saw
captured or
POW because they give you the POW training.
I thought you were on the flight deck. I'm like, what the fuck was y'all
No.
doing?
They were giving us training on POW before we deployed.
Yeah.
And it was a video of someone getting with a butter knife though. Cruel, they're
That's
being
fucked
cruel.
up, yeah.
With a butter knife took 45 minutes.
Damn.
But the scariest thing about, not to be too dark,
No,
but the
we're
scariest
talking-
thing is, it's happening, but you see the soul, the hope of this man leave his body.
Yeah.
To where he was just sitting there. There was no, that was the scary part.
Yeah.
To be so trapped and so whatever, like, you're not getting out of it. His soul, his desire to live, whatever, just left his body and he was just a vegetable.
Damn,
And then it got it cut off for like 45 minutes.
damn. That's rough right there.
So when you speak about efficiency, in the military, it really do be life and death sometimes.
Yeah.
The difference between,
And it might not even be what you think. People think the military is shoot them up, kick the door down, everything is, bro. It's other shit that goes on. It's just if you're not paying attention, you can get somebody killed.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, just me being a forward observer, my job was calling artillery, air support, close air support, medevac. One wrong number, I'll put it like this. Shout out to Miller, you know what I'm saying? He was cool as hell, but I gotta use you as an example for this. So when we was in the field, right? Thank God it was in the field. Thank God it was training. Because if it wasn't training and it didn't get caught, like mad people would have died, got fired, and been fucked up. But we was tired, sleep deprived. You see what I'm saying? Like we're up for hours. We're training for war. You see what I'm saying? So one day we're in the tent. We're in the TOC, which is Tactical Operations Command, which is like the headquarters tent for anybody know what that is. It's all the officers and there's different shit up there. So all the other units, infantry units are out in the field. When they call up their fire missions, they call up to us. We process it. Something happened where she's supposed to input some data, and when she input the data, she input the grid for the TOC. You see what I'm saying? Like their headquarters. And the next thing you know, the OC, which is essentially a referee for the field problem.
Right.
OC comes in the tent, and just like everybody here is fucking dead. And we're like, what? Of course. Then everybody's like looking around. Like everybody snap out that damn zombie mode,
Right.
half sleep. You know what I'm saying? And we like, what? And that was just a big moment. Like, yes, it was training, and nobody really died. But that shit right there, even for, okay, she input the wrong data, but then that's on me too. Even though I'm under, I should still check. It's a lot of different shit. If somebody's on the flight deck and they're not paying attention, they might get sucked into an air intake or some shit.
Exactly.
So it's just different shit like that in the military where it's not always life or death kicking the door and shooting somebody. It's life and death, making the checks and making sure this person's correct, making sure you're correct, yada yada yada. So that's something else too. And I got a question for you. So you was mainly on, I'm assuming you was just on, you never deployed like in a submarine or nothing like that.
No submarines, no.
But do you have any knowledge of submarines? Because you know, a
No,
lot of submarine talk
I've been
about
hearing.
that.
I know that you be submerged and there.
Yeah. So this is because the submarine shit popped off. Billionaires under the water, whatever, right? So I already know off rip, submarine is claustrophobic. Even the big one, but we going to war with them. Like that shit is it's tight up in there. So what is the like? Do you know like what do you think they would do like to try to save somebody? Because in my mind, I feel like the only way they could have really got saved, I don't think they could have got saved. I feel like when they announced that they was hearing knocking, and y'all wasn't hearing no fucking knocking, they was fucking dead. They were done. You see what I'm saying? Any noise you heard knocking was probably the fucking sound of the boat bouncing off something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you think them niggas probably, them big billionaires, they don't know no fucking Morse code.
Right.
So I feel like they was already dead and that was just kind of media. But from what I understand is when they got inside of that little sub, it was bolted from the outside.
Whoa.
So from my understanding, they have to surface and
Yeah.
then the crew has to come and unbolt it and let them out. So
They do that to try to. I imagine they do that to try to keep water from getting in. They got to be sealed tight.
yeah, but I mean, so like if that's the case, they're how many? They were a couple miles under the water.
Yeah.
There was no saving. If you think about it, because if pressurization, you got to surface at a
Right.
certain speed. On top of that, the best case scenario I could think of is if there was a military sub in that area, and they could have pushed some dudes out through the fucking
That could have
the
saved
little,
them.
the little torpedo shit so they can
Right.
exit, go get them, but you have to unbolt it from the outside. How are you gonna? That means you got to get them. You quickly get them a breathing apparatus. Get
Right.
them I just don't really think that. I don't think there's any saving them. You see
I
what
mean,
I'm
it's
saying?
unfortunate what happened to them. God bless. God bless the dead.
Yeah.
My condolences to their families and everybody. But I think it's just you got to just be careful and just got to kind of sort of just be aware and try to put your best foot forward to
Yeah.
survive and stay alive.
Facts. I noticed too that just in the media in general, I'm not gonna say media, social media,
Right.
Facebook posts, Instagram. Like, all right, I get it. They went down there. They paid $250,000. What I'm seeing right now, I'm seeing a lot of broke haters. I'm seeing a lot of broke mentality, like hating.
Right.
Them motherfuckers took their money to go do something and died. They could have went hiking and fall off a mountain and died. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? They could have fucking done some other shit.
So you think it's a bit insensitive of people to be talking shit about them?
It's not even talking shit about them. But I'm talking about people. Let's just make 5 people died, and I believe a teenager, a fucking child died. You see what I'm saying? And it's just straight up joke after joke after joke after. And I'm with the jokes. I'm with the dark humor. I was in the military. You see what I'm saying? I'm with that shit. But in this scenario, in this situation, I literally, not one of them has actually appealed to me as like being
Yeah, it's
funny.
on call. It's not necessary.
It just
People
seemed
die.
like
Yeah.
it just seemed like people was some billionaires died. Fuck them, they got money in. Like, bro, like,
It's still somebody's brother, somebody's husband, somebody's family member.
yeah, like regardless of all that, it's just on some. I really, in my opinion, all the shit I'm seeing about people joking and it's just on some like people ready to hate on a motherfucker with money.
Oh, yeah,
Goes
for sure.
to, and it goes to show, bro, you can get that money. Money don't make nobody love you.
It don't.
You see what I'm saying? Like, what was it? Cardi B was going off on the dude because he went to a Blink-182 concert. His stepdad went to the. Bro, they mindset different. That nigga like, yeah, stepdad's gone, inheritance on the way. Our family member died.
Well, the dude
And I'm not
was-
saying he really getting. I don't know his situation,
But to be fair, the dude was saying I had already grieved and talked about it. I was trying to do something to bring me out the dark cloud.
and that's
It's like I'm not
yeah.
It's like just because something happened don't mean I'm not allowed to, grieve
Yeah.
and try to get back to a positive place. Which,
And- yes and no. I'm not. It's not even a yes and no. It's just everybody deal with shit different.
there you go.
Because
exactly.
right now, if we was in combat and you just got your fucking head blown off, we gotta body bag you, send you off. We're still on deployment. We still gotta go about the rest of these fucking 9, 8, 12 months, and we're still gonna be joking about stuff and laughing. We gotta get over that. So yeah, I can see that. And you can't tell somebody how to grieve. You don't know what their relationship was together.
And there's a correlation between people that are successful. They get over things quickly. You have to.
We
be
don't
successful.
even know if he actually got over it.
True.
We don't
Or,
fucking
or
know.
his effort his attempt
Yeah.
to try to.
I feel like it's one of these situations where like it's not our business,
Right.
But it is because it's made public. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And 2, it's just like everybody should take this as a lesson. The same way y'all, everybody over here, man, fuck these nigga, they didn't want to. Oh shit, that shit was stupid. All right, bet. That's how people gonna be talking about you when you go. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At least he left something, a legacy for his family.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It wasn't like Buddy just went out too bad. All right, they made a mistake and did some rich people shit and they fucked up. Y'all don't even got the money to get in the submarine. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all don't. The submarine was controlled by a joystick. You don't even know how to build a fucking submarine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Y'all
it
gotta
go-
stay in y'all place.
yeah, it go both ways, and I feel like right now it's just one of them things where it's like people are ready for something. People are ready for something negative to pop off and talk about it. So,
Controversy drives social media. That's
Yeah.
what I've been learning.
like people, I've been seeing the posts. 500 people, 700 people died on the boat, drowned. All right, y'all talking about the people that drowned on the boat and ain't nobody talking about it. Y'all the ones still talking about the motherfuckers drowning in the submarine.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's still y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like it's. I just look at it like people is people, and when you
People
fail,
gonna talk. They gonna talk.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
people want to see you fail. People want to see you not make it. You see what I'm saying? I had mad people, bro. Before I moved into this spot, mad people hit me up, talking to them, talking about, you know what I'm saying, whatever. I get they knew I was homeless. Talking about they knew it. I'm telling them, yeah, bro, I'm homeless right now. I'm literally sleeping like I'm sleeping on the side of the building. I'm just kicking it Panera Bread till that shit closed. Oh, nah, bro, whoa, really? Yeah, whoa. Nah, there's no way. Bro, I'm not about to lie to you. I'm not even asking for a place to stay. What the fuck I'm about to lie about? You see what I'm saying? Then I get my spot. They see I'm doing big things. They see I'm going. They not coming around. They not kicking. They don't. You see what I'm saying? Some people like to be around you and talk, kick it with you, politic with you when you're down. Then when they see you going up, they kind of on some let's move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people on that, like they want to get theirs before you get yours type shit. All right. Back in the kitchen with it with your boy, Davis Chris. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna kick a little, spit some shit for y'all. Let y'all see how it's coming. This is it right here.
Energy made this one.
We in the kitchen with it.
True story. Yeah. Check me out. Listen.
When I was in the Navy, I was down bad. Step on a boat for a year and a half. Making music in the laundromat, 3 a.m. Work a 15-hour day and then do it again. I'm cool now, I'm gonna act a fool now. Eating lobster with your baby mama by my pool now. Me and Shane fucked around and cleared 200,000. Elevated tax brackets while I'm on my roof now. Niggas I ain't talked to in years, we asking for help. I be like, get up off your ass, go get it yourself. Old girlfriend's trying to get a redo. I'm like, I no longer need you. 2023, I'm all out of favors. I ain't picking up the phone, let's just about paper. I'm gonna be a millionaire and that's a certainty. See your resume and maybe you could come work for me, bitch.
Damn.
Hey.